and welcome to this reading. This is going to be your psychic tarot reading for the pink full moon in Libra. Okay, we're going to get some oracle and tarot, but first I wanted to go into the message that I got for you. Okay, so as I was going into meditation for your reading, I was thinking, for some reason, I was thinking the full moon was on April 3rd. And so I was like, is it? So I Googled it, and it's April 1st, which I knew that. I was thinking about it coming up like a week ago, and I don't know, but it was just Spirit sent me to Google this for a message, because if I didn't look that up, I wouldn't have seen what came up. And it said, of course, the full moon is on April 1st, and it said, the pink moon represents Passover, commemorating Exodus, celebrating freedom. This is a time that marks the liberation of God's chosen people from slavery. Okay? Chills. Okay? All the chills. Okay? Because yesterday's message was about divine freedom and spiritual royalty, chosen ones, being divinely guided through purification and becoming free. And we also talked about how the moon phases and planetary alignments are correlating with this energy. So everything is just so synchronistic so far. Oh, and then I forgot to tell you, even before I Googled this or anything, when I first went into meditation, I knew that it was going to be a continuation of yesterday's reading. So check out yesterday's reading too, if you feel called to. I'll link that down below in the description. Okay. So I asked Spirit for additional, messages, and I got the slavery is mental slavery to a paradigm that only serves a very few and creates injustice and imbalance for the rest. And being free means being in a paradigm that serves us well, where there's enough abundance for everyone. It's for the highest good of all, and it's balanced, right? Okay, so this is really exciting. I can't wait to see what other messages we get. So let's go ahead and get started. By the way, this is not religious. This is spiritual. It doesn't mean you can't be religious and spiritual, but this is spiritual. I don't pull information from one religion or source. I get my messages from up above. And of course, I think all of the religions are helpful to different people. People perceive things differently, and we don't all go through ascending and learning in the same process. So there's that. And also, when I'm saying chosen ones, I think we should change it to choosing ones, right? Because it's us that are choosing, right? We're choosing to answer that call, right? Okay, so with that clarity, choosing ones, this beautiful special collective of spiritual royalty. Let's go ahead and get started, okay? I'm going to start off with Moon Witch, okay? I've already shuffled thoroughly all of the cards we'll be using today, all right? Okay. On the bottom, we have Diana, be one with nature. Yes. Right? Okay. What else do we need to go? Spirit, guides, angels, ancestors. Do we need to know about this pink full moon, please? We need to know. Okay. And we have waning gibbous. Count your blessings. Absolutely. This collective has a lot of gratitude because you've been through it, right? You appreciate the small things, the simple things, as well as the big things, right? You appreciate that simplicity. You have gratitude for all of your blessings. Beautiful. Yes. Gratitude is so important. And especially when we're manifesting too, right? Okay. Aw, and we got Freya. You are loved. Yes. You are loved. Yes, the universe loves you, Spirit. Right? Oh, we have to cover her up here. Sorry. There we go. And of course, okay, and back to here, right? You are worthy, you are loved. Yes, you are worthy and loved by the universe, always, right? It's reminding me of something I posted on the community tab, a post I put up that said, don't confuse your alignment with worthiness, right? You're always worthy. Always. Yes. Okay. Thank you. What else? Okay. And Sekhmet. Courage, truth, shadow work. Yes. Absolutely. Done a lot of shadow work, right? To get to this point where you can free yourself from this mental slavery. You have to go through this, right? For that purification process, like we were talking about yesterday. Okay. What else? Okay. And we have crescent moon. Oh, we have two. Okay. We have crescent moon. Keep moving forward. You've got this. And look, new moon, fresh start, new beginnings. Yes. That plays off of what we were saying yesterday too, right? Moving forward, you got this, being on the right path, and a brand new beginning, a fresh start in this new energy, right? In this new freedom, not being a slave to the grind, to the old paradigm, right? Awesome. Okay, let's move these up. Let's see, can you see? Let's make sure you can see them. Okay. Okay. Oh, we need to cover her up. Boop. One more. Okay. That's the only thing about using these cards is the nudity. But anyways, we got it. It's good. Okay. All right. Let's get a couple of oracle cards from time travelers. And we have breakthrough. Absolutely. Yep. Break on through to the other side. Okay. What else do we need to know? Okay, creativity. Yes, it's time to get creative, right? It's like when you're stuck in survival mode, you can't think about the creativity. You have to think about, how am I going to survive? How am I going to pay the bills? How am I going to take care of the kids? How am I going to, I've got to, work 2 jobs and carry all of these burdens and all of these, everybody else's problems and people pleasing, and it goes on and on and on in that survival mode where you're just constantly trying to get by, or you feel like there's not enough, right? So when you're free, you're able to get into this creativity and create. And that's the whole point, right? That's why we're here, to be creators. Yes. Okay. What else from time travelers? Okay, yeah. Communication. Absolutely. Communicating with, God, source, deity, ancestors, angels, spirit guides, right? The universe. It's how you connect, how the universe is communicating with you. Absolutely. Highly intuitive collective, very psychic, wide open third eye, like we were talking about yesterday. Psychic abilities and intuition on point. Yes. So also here, this may be something about communicating through your creativity, which that's really what it's always about, right? Even if it's, if you're if you're speaking and communicating that way, there's that, right? But there's also communicating through art, through creativity, through projects and endeavors, right? Your art is communicating to people and raising the vibration of you, them, and the whole collective. Beautiful. I love that. Okay, 2 more from Time Travelers, please. Yes. Magic. That's right. This is where the magic is in this creating, right? Oh, I just got chills. That is so awesome. The magic is in this creating, in this communication with each other and lifting up the collective. That's your magic. Work your magic. I just heard that, work your magic. And yesterday we got the magician, right? There was a lot of major arcana yesterday. Okay. Yeah. And transformation. Absolutely. Absolutely. Transformation. Right? I just heard breaking free from the matrix, right? Transformation. The matrix being that old paradigm that serves very few and creates injustices and imbalances for the rest. Transformation, right? So this is happening, like I said, this is a collective message. So this is for a collective of individuals who have woke up. They've woken up and they've freed themselves, and spirit, they have co-created. I just heard co-created the freedom, co-created the exit. Okay, very good. Right? Transformation. Yes. Okay. And I wasn't going to get any more, but I just heard one more. So one more. Okay, growth. Yes. And in yesterday's message, I would really go check that out after this reading, or you can go watch that one and come back to this one either way. But growth, yeah? And yesterday's message was talking about being purified and the waterfall of purification and coming into this new land, this beautiful new land where you're free and pure and it's magic and miracles, right? Oh my gosh, I love this. Okay, I love that that waterfall came out corresponding with yesterday. All right. Okay, where are we at in time? Okay, we're good. Okay. And then I wanted to get just a couple from the forest spirits. In the bottom, we have strength. Yes. What else, please? Okay, and I also just noticed this full moon too coming through here. Yeah, full moon. Absolutely. Okay, and we have air elemental aspirations. Yes. Let go of your worries and soar to new heights, harnessing the boundless power of your will. Yeah. Your aspiration, your dreams, like we were talking about yesterday, right? Holding on to your dreams, going for your dreams, believing in your dreams, your aspirations, right? Being creative and communicating with collective and making your dreams come true, your aspirations, right? And using your will. Okay. Let's see. I just wanted to get a couple of these and then we'll get some tarot. So, nope. Okay. Yes. Dreamweaver. Okay. With Spider Spirit. Practice the powerful art of attraction to draw in and capture opportunities. Yeah. This is all going together, right? It's like your aspirations for your creative endeavors and communicating, right, are creating the opportunities. You're creating your own opportunities and co-creating with the universe. Beautiful. One more. One more from Forest Spirits. Yes. Pink Fairy. Enchanted. Yes, this enchanted, magical, spiritually royal collective. Yes, this is you. It's time to connect with your inner child and find the joy And find joy in the simplest moments of life. Yeah, like we were saying in set those down. In the count your blessings, right? Finding joy in the simplicity, in the freedom, in the creativity, right? Yes, the freedom and the creativity. So it doesn't have to fit in that old paradigm of perfectionism and not good enough, right? It's that beautiful freedom of that simplicity of being able to create from your heart, from your true self in alignment. I love that. Okay, let's get some tarot now. Using Light Seers Tarot. On the bottom, just to clarify what I said, Ace of Swords, that's the truth. Beautiful. Okay. Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides. What do we need to know from the tarot, please? Okay. And Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. You've been patient. You planted your seeds and you're patiently watching them grow, right? Like we were just saying, you're creating your own opportunities. You planted those seeds. You put the soil on and the nutrients and the water and the gave it sun, you know, right? So you planted these seeds and you're patiently waiting for them to grow. And look, it's starting to sprout already, right? Beautiful. Being patient and creating your own opportunities, watching them grow. I love it. Okay. And judgment. Yeah. Look. Yeah. Judgment, right? Answering the call. You answered the call. Like we were saying at the beginning of the reading in the channel. You answered the call. You freed yourself. Look at this. Look at this freedom. This freedom of her true self, her true soul. Beautiful. What else, please? Okay, yeah. So Nine of Pentacles, right? So you patiently planted the seeds, okay? You're watching it grow, right? And here it is growing into this beautiful, beautiful tree. And now these are your manifestations, your creations, right? Your creations and manifestations, abundance, being ready to be plucked, right? Your manifestations are coming in, right? And this is a very independent energy. So, you know, being released from that codependent energy, you know, and leaning more on interdependence, I just heard, instead of codependence. So that's beautiful. And also the bird here, right? Communication, help from spirit, co-creating with spirit. Beautiful. Okay. What else? What do we need to know? Okay. Yeah. Look. Page of Cups. Your imagination, right? Your dreams are coming true. If you can dream it, you can be it. You can do it. You can have it, right? And this is also a page. So this is, you know, beginner energy. And I don't mean like beginning on this path. We've already talked about that. You're very far along your spiritual journey. And you're right where you need to be, as always, of course. But being a beginner, you know, in this new endeavor, in this new energy, right? You're beginning in this new energy, in this new world, right? In your new creation projects, right? So having that beginner's mindset is wonderful because, oh, okay, thank you, Spirit. It's also saying, Spirit's also saying, you know, like if you ever heard that saying, I don't know if I'm gonna say it right, but like once you think you know it all, you don't know anything. You know, there's always more to learn, grow, evolve, understand, love, right? And this too, like the hands right here, the heart hands, right? Love. It's reminding me of spirit too. Co-creation, spirit. Beautiful. And beautiful emotions shooting out from the heart. love. Yes. Beautiful. All right. We're going to get one more from the tarot. One more, please, Spirit. Okay. And King of Pentacles. That's right. King of Pentacles. Sovereign in your reality, right? Sovereign, creating, right? This is a solid energy. This is someone who knows how to take care of they know how to grow their pentacles, and they know how to care for and take care of their pentacles, of their creations, right? Of their dreams, to bring their dreams, pull their dreams out of the ethers, and into reality. So it's like, if we could put these three together, it's like you planted the seeds, okay? You took aligned action, took care of them, right? They're growing, getting ready to pluck, right? And then you pluck it and enjoy it, right? And share it for the highest good of all, like we were saying. Okay, let's put these in the right order. All right, I'm going to get one closing message from the wild unknown archetypes. Okay, and I just happened to look at the bottom here. Another king, King of Cups, sovereign over your emotions. Okay, yeah. Emotional maturity as well. Yes. Okay, so one more, please. We're going to get a final message from the wild unknown. And on the bottom, the crone. Also very wise energy. Yes. Okay. What do we need to know, please, Spirit, for our final message? I'm going to be reading out of the book for the final message. Okay, here we go. And we've got the Queen. Yes, that's very balanced. King, Queen. This came out when I was shuffling too. Okay, and we're going to read from the book for this one for our final message. Okay. All right, let me find it. The Queen. Okay, the Queen. Let me hold it up for you so you can see it. Oh, there we go. Okay. And it says, the Queen, the Empress, the Mother Queen, the Sovereign. Yes. Like her counterpart, the King. Yes. The Queen has a dualistic nature. Either she presides over the realm with grace and eloquence that comes from the heavens to uplift the spirit of others. Yes, that comes from the heavens to uplift the spirit of others. Yes, just like we were talking about. Oh, I love it. Okay. Or she falls into a petty, contemptuous moods, casting a shadow across the land. Right. Like we were talking about the other paradigm that serves a very few. Those the powers that be, right? Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. If the king is the ego, the queen is the expression of that ego in the world. She is the lotus bloom, the dancer's bow, the moon's radiant reflection. When the queen is seated in her rightful and righteous place, she is patient and forgiving. She waits for the grace of God and Goddess to move through her, striving and grasping for nothing. To be the benevolent leader, to embody the queen, is to settle into deep trust, resolve, and power. The royal queen fears nothing, for divinity itself cradles her heart. I just got chills again for like the third time. Wow. Okay. And then it does say, read Cleopatra's monologue in Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra, Act 5, Scene 2. Then read about Iana, Tara, or Hera. Okay, so that's a little extra message for you. Okay, and then it says, the queen does not accept the hand of a prince, but she claims the throne. Knowing the king draws to her, she is her magnet for the fully embodied masculine and entertains nothing less. Yeah, like we were saying, not being codependent, right? Interdependent too. Wow, I love how that correlated in here. Okay, guys, it does say the embodiment of grace, courage, resolve, and stillness. Okay. All right. This has been a beautiful message. I'm going to leave it here. And until next time, peace.